Most men think that their testosterone problems come from diet or training or simply their age getting older. But the real truth is that there's one very basic fundamental habit that almost every single man ignores, and it really annoys me as well. And it's silently killing their testosterone levels before the day has even really begun. And no, it's not carbs, although carbs would be one. It's not lack of sleep even. It's not porn. It's not alcohol. It's not stress. This one habit is so basic and so fundamental, and so many men completely ignore it and they overlook it because it seems too simple or just not that important, and they're wrong. And for this, they pay the price. Their hormones, their testosterone specifically, never really have a chance without doing this. So every single week, at this point, I am analyzing hundreds of men's blood works at this point, and they all have the same problem. They're in the 30s, 40s, 50s, and their testosterone levels are somewhere between 250 and 550, 600, even though they're doing everything right. They're not doing everything right. I promise you, you're not. But it's the same problem. Sometimes they've got the high protein, they've got the cholesterol, they've got, and usually they don't have the sleep, but they've got the protein, cholesterol, they're training relatively consistently, they're getting the steps in, they're certainly taking all the supplements. Men have no problem taking supplements. That doesn't seem to be the issue. And despite, doing everything right, their energy is trash. Their focus isn't there. I mean, good luck scaling a business or getting promotions when you can't focus. They've not had morning wood in months. It's impossible to gain muscle or build the sort of dream Hollywood physique that they want. So the big question is, what's happening? Well, what's happening is there's one big habit these guys are all ignoring, including when I tell them to do it, they still don't do it. It is infuriating. And it controls melatonin levels. It controls cortisol levels and the timing of these hormones, which is crucial. It controls recovery. It controls how much testosterone your testes are even capable of producing. And when I force the client to actually are compliant with this, to do this habit, what happens? Well, the stress levels fall. They stop waking up at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, which is a huge problem with so many people. Their recovery is better. Their mood stabilizes. They don't have brain fog anymore, and their testosterone climbs pretty quickly. So today I'm going to show you what this habit is, how to fix it, how to make it a habit and make it sustainable, and how this is going to help you to hit 800 plus testosterone naturally. So I'm going to tell you what the habit is now, but please, you have to make it. It's going to sound really underwhelming. You have to do this. Otherwise, you're going to keep on waking up at 3 in the morning, or your sleep's going to be broken. Your morning wood's going to be non-existent. Your testes aren't going to be working properly. Your stress level's going to be higher. So the habit is getting morning sunlight for at least 20 minutes every single day, even if it's cloudy. Not through a window. It doesn't work the same way when it's through windows, not through a car window or a building window, not when you get round to it. You want it to be at some point in the morning, the specific hours, close to sunrise, ideally, but sometime in the morning. These fake lights don't really work. Nothing can really, you've got to get outside. That's the bottom line. So here's why this is so fundamentally important for your testosterone levels. And this is why I keep pushing it. And I'm going to keep on going like a broken record until people start doing it. The first thing is that it sets your cortisol rhythm and timing as well as the total levels. So yes, you need cortisol first thing to get you out of bed in the morning. But you want the cortisol to actually be relatively high earlier on in the day. And then the natural light getting into your eyes is what then makes it come down in the evening and over the course of the night so that you're not waking up with messed up cortisol timing. Natural light in the morning is what stops you from having messed up cortisol levels at the wrong times, basically. Yeah, if you want high testosterone production every single night, which is when you produce most of your testosterone, you need the cortisol levels to be low at night. Nothing is as powerful for making sure this happens as getting that morning sunlight. You can do meditation in the evening. You can read a fiction book, and I advise clients to do this. but it's not as powerful as getting the morning sunlight. You'll get sunlight even if it's cloudy. The second big factor along a similar sort of line of logic is the melatonin. The fundamental resources for melatonin production are gathered during the day so that you can secrete the right amount for the evening and overnight. And again, this is the right amount throughout the entire night so you don't keep waking up at 2 in the morning because your cortisol's too high and various hormones are all messed up. It all starts during the day, specifically in the morning. Now, a third factor that I've not said before on YouTube or Instagram or anywhere is dopamine related. It's the sun is one of the biggest natural sources of dopamine. Dopamine that's going to be useful for motivation for the gym, motivation for life. Some of you guys, some of the people I've been working with have absolutely no motivation or no drive or no energy. A lot of this is dopamine related, natural sources of dopamine, not the stuff that all these other gurus are going on about. And they're not wrong when they go on about it. The fake stuff, the short-term hits. Dopamine isn't just motivation. It's also very strongly linked to drive, morning wood, things of that nature, libido. You want high baseline natural levels of dopamine. Morning sunlight is brilliant for this. It's one of the best things you can do, as well as lifting weights, as well as being physically active. So another thing is that morning sunlight boosts luteinizing hormone, which is a direct precursor to testosterone. It also tends to increase free testosterone as a percentage of your total. Loads of studies have been done on this. So it's another huge reason to be getting that morning sunlight every day. So the big question is what to do about it, especially in the winter, especially if you're in the UK or Canada or Scandinavia, some really northern country that, never sees the sun. The sun does come up, but relatively soon after sunrise, you want to get outside for at least 10 minutes. 10 minutes is enough. Even on cloudy days, it's 1 to 5,000 lux. It's more than enough for your circadian rhythm to adapt. Think back to the caveman times. It wasn't sunny every single day then, but people were outside more. And us being inside, it is killing our hormones. So get outside at least 10 minutes. And that's even if it's cloudy, even if it's freezing, just get outside and make sure the light is going into your eyes. On really, really bright days, you might only need 5 minutes. Also, make sure you're not wearing sunglasses because that's going to ruin everything. Don't be expecting it, the light to have the same impact. If you've got sunnies on or you're in a bright room like I'm in right now, it's not the same thing. So make sure nothing's getting in the way of the light hitting your eyes. Ideally, combine it with a morning walk for the blood flow, extra steps, extra fat loss. And then in terms of what to expect, don't expect miracles within 1 or 2 days. It takes a little bit longer than that, generally speaking. Some guys, it's 1 or 2 days, which is great. But expect at least 3 to 4 days before there's any noticeable improvements in your sleep. But you'll do this long enough, your sleep will improve. You won't keep waking up at 2 a.m. in the morning. And this is assuming you're not abusing caffeine or nicotine in the afternoons or evenings. Morning wood will start returning. And you'll have more energy throughout the day consistently. You won't feel drained or fatigued all the time. Now, I've spoken a fair amount about cortisol in this video. If you found this video useful or you want to learn more about how cortisol is ruining your testosterone levels, check this video out here. I go into a lot more detail on the topic of stress, chronic cortisol, and what to do about that so that you can hit 800 to 1200 testosterone.